So today I wanted to make a different type of video. It's gonna be a more serious video. I know it's something that's not my usual thing, but I did say when I started this YouTube channel that I do want to discuss social aspects of things along with music and technology and things like that. And I want to discuss the social aspects of Solange's new album, A Seat at the Table, and what it means to me, especially today in America. I know a lot of my viewers aren't from America, but I hope you can still take something away from this and learn something about what it means to be black in America, our music and how they intersect and correspond to each other. Okay, backstory. I love Solange and her music. I've been a fan of Solange's music for years. And so I'm happy that she has reached a new level of success with this album. It's really wonderful to see. But when she released this album, I was just taken away by how real and relatable it was to me in particular. This album is about, Solange's experience as a black woman in America and how she deals with it and copes with the injustices and just the day-to-day aspects of being a black woman in this country. And although I'm not a black woman, I definitely can relate to a lot of the different aspects of the album because being black is something that we all have to learn to deal with, to cope with, when you realize there are so many people who don't like you just because of your blackness. And, dealing with that can be damaging to your mental health, to your psyche, and just seeing it be put to music in such a beautiful and artistic way by someone whose career I have watched since I was younger. It was such a beautiful thing to see, and this album means so much to me. It's easily my favorite album of the year, and the songs just speak to me so much. The first time I heard Cranes in the Sky, wow, I felt so strong. I just felt so empathetic to Solange and to me and to any black person in America who has felt like this, At first I thought it was her talking about her experience with depression. And then as time went on and I kept listening to it, I realized, it's not limited to only depression. It's about the whole thing, her whole life and being a black woman in America and the struggles that entails. It's so heavy sometimes. Sometimes you feel so heavy being black. Although I'm not a black woman in America, I can definitely relate to this album. Someone who has a black mother, who has a black sister, a black grandmother, a black best friend who's a woman. I've seen their struggles and the things they face, trying to be strong in this society that is constantly demeaning them and trying to put them down. So often you hear about the narrative that, the black man has to be strong for the black woman and do all of these things. And I say, no, the black woman is the backbone of our community. They put up with so much for me and for other people like me, and constantly are disrespected. And so I feel for the black women out there. I feel for Solange, and this album, it really spoke to me. It spoke to me so much, and I appreciate it so much, and I thank Solange for putting out her narrative for the world to see and to hear and to appreciate, because it deserves to be appreciated and not taken for granted. You have songs like Don't Touch My Hair, which is, wow, so many times I've seen my black friends, disrespected by people touching their hair and constantly demeaning them, putting them down, treating them like they're a pet. No, this is a person. This is a person with feelings and emotions, and you don't just touch their hair and disrespect them like that without their permission. It's so rude. And so for that song to be such a bold statement, to say, don't touch my hair, don't touch my soul, don't touch my crown, I support it 100%. And people have touched my hair and have disrespected me, black hair, it's not understood and comprehended by other people who haven't been exposed to it. But that doesn't mean you just disrespect it, And so songs like that, songs like Don't Touch My Hair, Cranes in the Sky, an ode to self-care, saying, it's okay, to fight the good fight, but let's take a breather, let's take a moment, take care of yourself, get some rest, because you can't constantly fight, your body, your mental health will deteriorate. You have to take care of yourself. Songs like Weary, weary to the weight of the world. Like, this world, it's on our shoulders, and sometimes you feel heavy. You feel heavy, mad. I've got a lot to be mad about. And that's okay. This stereotype of old black people, they're always so mad. They're so mad all the time, but do people stop and think, I wonder why they're mad? What have they been through to make them so mad? Why are they mad? There's a reason why we're mad. There's a reason. Where do we go? A song about gentrification. Where do we go when our communities are taken over and we can't afford to live in them anymore? We can't be who we used to be in them anymore because we're being policed. I don't know. Where do we go? That's a question I ask myself a lot. Just about the current state of our community in America. Where do we go? I don't know. Don't know where to go, don't know where to stay. And that means so much to me as someone who's from a community that has been gentrified. That means a lot to me. It hits home. And in between, you have these interludes of Solange's mother and father and Master P, and they talk about their experiences with their blackness and what they did and what they survived through and how they feel, and particularly in Master P's experience, how he managed being a successful black person in the music industry, how he accomplished that, and it just molds the album together in such a cohesive piece of art that flows in and out of song and interludes and experiences, and it's just something that's so beautiful, and I love it. This album is my favorite album of the year because it has helped me get through and cope with so many things that are happening in this country. And in the most recent case, the presidential election, we have a president who is a known bigot, and how we will get through this, we'll take it day by day. We'll survive. We'll live. I don't want to just survive. We're gonna live. And I've cried to this album. I've sang along to this album. I've just sat and listened and took in everything that the album had to give me. And Solange, I am so appreciative. I'm so thankful that you gave me this piece of art. And I'm glad that it hasn't been taken for granted. And it's going to be a piece that goes down in history as albums of a lifetime, of a generation. And with that, thank you to anyone who has sat through this whole video, who has listened to me ramble about how I've been feeling. about this particular piece of work and the current state of Black America. See you, we're gummies.